With the recent box office performances of Captain America 4, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, Avengers Doomsday is in real danger of not hitting the billion-dollar mark. Overreaction, Rob?
No. I'm going to say it's not an overreaction. Like we pointed out yesterday, the Russo brothers working with Kevin Feige at Marvel is a pretty good bet. They haven't missed. Winter Soldier, Civil War. I think Winter Soldier was a billion-dollar movie, wasn't it? Was it $1 billion?
Civil War was. I don't know about Winter.
That if it wasn't Winter Soldier, but Civil War was, and their two Avengers movies were $1 billion movies. So it's silly for me to say that. However, the Marvel, I mean, even with all those people, I think Marvel is fighting an uphill battle on this one. Now, I would normally say, of course it's going to make over $1 billion. Because all the Avengers movies have. But now things have changed. And so there's a possibility, small, but a possibility that it doesn't do $1 billion.
I'm going to call it the biggest overreaction on this list. It's almost to me as a sure thing as saying Avatar will be the biggest thing of the year. And here's why.
I don't know.
Even in the midst of this run of like Captain America 4, Thunderbolts, and some films that came before it, what happened when Marvel put out, even in the midst of all this mediocrity they've done and their hit and miss, what happened when they put out their first true, real, big event film in a while? Deadpool and Wolverine. What happened when they did that? They made $1.3 billion.
That's true.
Also, to the point you already made, Kevin Feige with the Russo brothers, every Avengers film, blah, blah, blah. You look at the list of characters that are going to be in this, all that kind of stuff. But maybe even more important than that is that right now, everything seems to be back on track. Thunderbolts was great. Fantastic Four, I thought was really good. But not only that, the rest of the comic book movie landscape is improving too. DC doesn't suck anymore. You know, we got Peacemaker and Superman that are getting huge responsives. And what do we have coming before Avengers Doomsday? Spider-Man Brand New Day. You put all of that together, especially to me, is in the midst of all the ups and downs of Marvel, when they dropped a big event film like Deadpool and Wolverine. Doesn't matter if the films before it and after it barely made much money. That movie made over $1.3 billion. Now you're going to pull in, you're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. You're bringing in all the stars of everything they've done. Maybe you'll see Hugh Jackman in there too. Maybe you'll see Ryan Reynolds. By the way, contrary to popular belief, Ryan Reynolds has not been on the set of Avengers at all yet. But anyway, whatever. I just don't see any conceivable way. It's a different question on if the movie's going to be good or not. That's a different question we can have, a different discussion. But as to how many people are going to buy a ticket, are going to be curious about this to run out to see it, I just don't see any practical evidence just that they won't, whether it's good or not. I think it's an absolute overreaction to say this thing's in danger of not making $1 billion. But we'll see. Like, hey, listen, different discussion if Spider-Man No Way Home or Spider-Man Brand New Day completely sucks and flops at the box office. But does anybody believe that's going to happen either? I don't know. All right, guys, and that'll do it for Overreaction. Thank you for joining us as we did that. Let us know what you thought about that segment. I like playing Overreaction. Anyway, by the way, I just want to address this too. Like somebody in the live chat, Mr. Starving Writer, that's a great name, Mr. Starving Writer, writes, John keeps forgetting that Nizza 2 already made $2 billion. If you believe that, I've got some swampland to sell you. Like listen, I don't care what anybody else says. In my opinion, there is no way that Nizza 2 has made $2 billion. Just hasn't. And everybody said, just wait, John, when they release it in the rest of the world, you'll see. You know how much Nizza 2 made in North American box office this weekend? $7 million.
Got your ass.
Let me repeat that. $7 million. China is the only country in the world that does not submit their data to vetting and third-party verification for the truthfulness of their data. And if you believe China's box office reporting on a Chinese movie without being verified by outside third-party things, good for you. If you believe that, more power to you. I'm not going to argue with you. But I think the fact that now they're releasing it everywhere else and nobody's going to see it, sorry, you can believe it all you want if you want. And hey, maybe it's true. I don't have a private investigator looking into it and verifying that, but I think it's rather naive to believe that number. I don't believe it's true at all. So you can, the reason, so people always ask me, John, when you're talking about the box office, isn't that, why don't you bring up Nizat too? Because it's a lie. I believe personally, in my own opinion, from everything that I've seen and looked at, I don't believe the veracity of that at all. And now that it's being released in other countries more widely and nobody's going to see it, I think that it backs up my position on that. But you know, it is what it is. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.